If you could run us through, in terms of your prediction this time round, the scoring of the 13 keys.
All right, here's how I tally them. Remember, I'm looking at how many negative keys there are. If there are 5 or fewer, I'm predicting the Democrats to win. So here are the keys Democrats have lost. The mandate key, because they lost U.S. House seats, even though they did better than expected in 2022. Obviously, the incumbency key. The incumbent charisma key, because whatever you may think of Kamala Harris, she's no Franklin Roosevelt. That's 3. And then the 2 hardest keys to call were the foreign/military failure and success keys. We have 2 wars raging, and things can change unpredictably in wars. But I split the keys, which I think is right. And the one I docked the Democrats on was a foreign policy failure. The Middle East is a absolute humanitarian catastrophe with no end in sight. So that's 4 keys down, 2 keys short of what we needed to predict Donald Trump coming back in the White House. That's why the keys are telling us predictively that we are going to have a new and unprecedented president, that Harris will become the first woman president of the U.S., at least cracking, if not shattering, the glass ceiling, and the first president of mixed African and East Asian descent, kind of foreshadowing where the country's going. We're rapidly becoming a majority-minority country. Old white guys like me are on the decline.
So is there anything that could happen between now and the election then that would change your prediction or change the scoring of the keys, or is this already set in stone and there's nothing that can affect it now?
Well, the biggest myth in American politics is the October surprise. I made my predictions before that and have never changed them. You know, in 2016, when I so controversially were predicting Trump, we had an October surprise, right? The Access Hollywood tape. Here is the candidate I'm predicting bragging on tape about sexually assaulting women. A lot of the pundits were saying, never seen that before. It's an October surprise. Got to change your prediction. Of course, I didn't, and I was right. Excuse me. But as I've said, I'm not so arrogant as to claim it's impossible to change the pattern of 160 years of history. It's always possible. Something cataclysmic could occur, but you never know beforehand.
In your opinion, then, what is the biggest turning point moment in US election history, as far as you're concerned, that you can point to and think that is a moment that had a massive impact on the outcome of the election? What stands out to you?
Well, the biggest thing about history and my predictions is the disintegration of the Whig Party in the 1850s and the rise of the Republican Party to create a new 2-party system of Republicans versus Democrats, a system that's remarkably held to the present. That's why I begin my analysis at 1860, the first Republican versus Democratic presidential competition in our history that's endured through today.